Welcome back to the farm, everybody. I'm gonna finish up planting about an acre of sweet corn before this rain moves in tomorrow. And as you can see, this is where I'm gonna leave my starter fertilizer. And I did find out that the analysis is 8-24-4. And I'm just gravity feeding it into my tank, and it's not going very well because I just discovered there is a check valve up here that I was unaware of. So it is flowing very slowly, like maybe a gallon or two a minute. But I got a half a tank. That's plenty to last me for this acre and there were the next couple plantings. So I'm assuming once that gets down about halfway, there's probably not going to be enough pressure to push that out through the check valve. So I'll probably end up transferring it to another tank without a check valve. But that's all right. We've got enough for today. And it's another beautiful day. Let's get out there and get some corn planted. All right, all finished up planting sweet corn. We now have 5 acres in the ground here on April 16th for the very first planting of 2024. If you are interested in seeing the corn planting process and hearing all about my John Deere 7000 4-row corn planter, I will link that video up above here and at the end of the video and down below in the description box. But now it is time to spread some fertilizer. All right, I'm all hooked up, ready to spread my fertilizer. I have about 65 acres that I rent from my mom and dad that I have to be responsible for fertilizing. I usually try to pull my soil samples every other year. It seems like it's every 2 years, and I was actually supposed to do it last fall and I forgot all about it. I think the last time I pulled soil samples was fall of 21 or 22. So since I missed pulling my soil samples this year, I don't know exactly what I should be spreading. So what I'm doing this year is just going to go ahead and spread what I put on the previous 2 years. I have 6,000 pounds of fertilizer in there, 3,000 of MAP, which is 1261O, and 3,000 pounds of potash, which is 0060. So I'm getting my NPK. So it's a pretty well balanced fertilizer that covers basically all of my crops. Now, I am going to still be spreading 28% liquid nitrogen on my sweet corn, and mainly sweet corn, but sometimes, you know, there are other crops that require more nitrogen than what MAP is going to have. And they will get that in the form of liquid nitrogen or through the fertigation when I irrigate out of our well to feed all of our high-value crops. So that's what I'm spreading today. It is a little bit wet in spots still, so I'm hoping I don't cause too much compaction, but it's a perfect day to get it on. It's going to rain tomorrow, and if I don't get it done today, I'm going to feel like I'm getting behind. So that is the task at hand right now. Let's go get some fertilizer spread. So there's what 6,000 pounds of MAP and potash looks like. So this 6,000 pounds is only going to cover 25 acres. I got it set at 240 pounds to the acre. So I'll have to go back and get another load to do another 25 or 30 acres here later this month or the first of next month. It just dawned on me that my tall greenhouse #1 here may not have stage 2 cooling turned on. And it is hot today. It's like 77. That's hot for Ohio in April. And I see that stage 1 is on currently. Yeah, it's trying to cool down to stage 2. When the fan jet is not running it means stage 2 cooling is trying to come on. All right, east number 2 and west 2. There we go. Some of the plants look stressed a little bit, but I can come down here and see that there's plenty of leach. They should be good to go. I think the reason they look a little bit stressed is because we put the drippers into the buckets. We took them out of the rock wool cubes and put them into the buckets a little later than they should have been, so they didn't have time to establish a deep, hardy root down and deep into the bucket where there's like a little reservoir of water. So when it does get really hot, I have seen a few of them wilt on top a little bit. They're fine at the end of each day. Just during the heat of the day, they start to wilt a little bit where the sun's directly on them. Here is the last greenhouse yet to be planted. I think we're going to have it ready to go in here in about 3 days. I've got my new heater. We just got to pull it up into place, sweep up some junk around here and in the back, and put some ground cover along this baseboard. And this greenhouse will be ready to plant. All right, back to fertilizing. I only got about an hour and 15 minutes to get this done because my daughter has a track meet. Unfortunately, during this part of the video, I experienced some audio difficulties, so I will just be inserting some voiceover on what is happening here. I had just finished spreading fertilizer for the day and was down at our main farm putting the tractor away and noticed that my younger brother Joel had the Kinsey 3600 backed up to the shop. He had been out planting some soybeans and broke a hydraulic hose and was trying to figure out the best way to make the repairs without removing the entire hose. He was able to get some beans in, but there was still a lot of wet areas that need to dry out some. I will definitely be getting some footage of Joel planting some of our 800 acres of beans and also a little of either me or my nephew drilling beans in our smaller fields with the John Deere 750 drill. Alrighty folks, this is where we're going to end today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you all again real soon down on the farm.